All right, welcome back to the slice. And wow, what a day two. This is the day two roundup. It was going to be the round two roundup, but round two didn't finish. Or sorry, the round one roundup, but round one didn't finish because there was heat delays and then rain delays. Explain that one to me. But anyways, we're going to mainly talk about the Andy Murray magic, the Murray mania that went on last night with the match, one of the most incredible matches we've seen in a long time. Just a classic epic. Why we watch tennis, why we stay up. Um, Murray versus Berrettini. I'm going to break down the match point. Murray obviously won. I'm going to break down the match point that Berrettini did not convert on. What happened there? We'll get into it. But yeah, day two was crazy because of that match. So let's get into it. Welcome to the slice. Thanks for being here. Where's the intro clip? It's coming right now. Wow, what a match. Okay, what a match, what a tournament, what a player Andy Murray is. First of all, just huge shout out to Andy Murray. And um what's it called? I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning to do a TV hit. So I'm admitting that I did not stay up to watch the final, the really the best three sets of the match. I watched the first two sets, Murray beating Berrettini. And I was like, damn, Andy Murray's came to play. He's looking really good. A lot of people are noticing this is kind of some of the best tennis we've seen him play in a while. I was actually in Paris at Andy Murray's match when he lost to Gilles Simon, and that was ugly. I mean, that was where I was like, ooh, we got to potentially hang it up here. And he even said, I'm not happy with my fitness level when he lost that match. He's like, it's not good enough. And he seems like he worked hard in the offseason. He's coming here fresh, and it was a tough draw for him getting Matteo Berrettini, but Berrettini had a tough year as well in 2022 with injuries. So the opportunity was there, a chink in the armor maybe of the Italian stallion. But Andy Murray played great, moving great, hitting well. And then like I said, went to bed after the first two sets because I had to wake up at 4 a.m. Could have just stayed up, I guess, but this early in the tournament, I can't sacrifice my life that much. But Berrettini comes back like you kind of thought he would. You wouldn't expect him to go away. Wins the second two sets and then has a match point on Murray's serve in the third set. Can't convert. We'll get into that in a second. But Murray, just the gladiator, like what we've known Murray for, and it's even more epic now that it's like 3 years later. I think it was 2018 or 19. When he was like, I don't know if I can, he's crying in his post match. He's like, I don't know if I can keep playing like this with my hip and stuff like this. So to see the transformation, it's like, again, another member of the old dogs in tennis turning back the clock. Murray still playing 4 or 5 years later, still playing better, totally different emotions on court this time. Andy Murray, I'm not effing done. I'm not going anywhere. Vibes, bloody knee. Wins this match coming, after not getting it done in 3 sets, saving match point. Just incredible stuff. Just incredible stuff. So what happened on the match point, though? Because you got to feel bad for Berrettini. Had match point. He's, I think, the 11th seed or something like that. Obviously lost a ton of points. Had COVID during Wimbledon last year. Wasn't able to defend that. He's going to drop outside the top 20 now with this loss because he didn't defend any of his points from, I think, semifinals last year. So in Australia. So not good for him. So what happened on the match point? Because it's a really weird one. And it might be one of the worst misses on a match point I've ever seen. Probably the worst, actually, I've ever seen in such a big moment. And I'll just kind of break down what exactly happened. So Murray serves, and I think Berrettini sliced the return to like the mid court where you can see that Murray then slices it again and kind of does like a drop shot to here where you can see the ball landing. And so it's not very good. Berrettini gets up there in plenty of time and goes to hit a backhand. And now this is where it kind of gets interesting. You see where Murray is. He's not even in the position where you would want to be when you're approaching the net. You'd want to be on the same side slightly as the ball. So he's on the opposite side of the court, which is kind of out of position. And then what Murray does, though, so Berrettini, so I guess Murray kind of shows up the line as the shot that Berrettini should hit. And I think Berrettini prepared to hit that shot. And you'll see it in this next clip here. He totally does, because he's turned his hips completely close to the court and he's going up that line. But then as Murray jumps across, you can literally see Murray jump across. He kind of left it open and he jumps across here. Berrettini sees it out of the side of his eye, I think, and then changes with his hands the direction of where he's going to hit the ball, which leaves the face closed, which means he dumps it in the net. So I think that was just, there's a million things going in there, but you see Murray come in behind a shot. Berrettini's going to go up the line. Murray leaves the line open and then jumps across right before he hits it, makes Berrettini second guess himself. He dumps it into the net, and that's all she wrote for the match point opportunity. In any part of the normal match, that's just a bad miss. On match point, it's considered a choke. That's just how it goes. It's tough. That is brutal. That will keep Matteo Berrettini up at night for, I'm sure, a few nights. That's just how savage tennis is. You get that one chance, you do a stupid mistake like that. Any of us could do that. It is weird when you have to double, it's never good in tennis when you change your shot mid-stroke, which he did there. And yeah, so anyways, that maybe just a little mind trick magic from Murray there at the end, or maybe a little old dog. You will miss this shot, just, I don't know, screwing over Berrettini. But that is why we watch tennis. It's not friend of the show, Craig Shapiro, on his Instagram and Twitter, where he was at the match reporting on it and just saying how crazy it was, the atmosphere, just the emotions of that match. That's why we love the Australian Open. That's why people stay up late. That's why we sacrifice our health to watch this sport that we love, because of matches like that. So huge for Andy Murray, just injecting some heart into this tournament after a lot of it was taken away with Carlos Alcaraz not being here and Nick Kyrgios having to withdraw and stuff like that. So let's take a look at what else happened. Well, we obviously, before we even get into it, Djokovic won. So Djokovic played great against, I saw pretty much, the whole match. It wasn't very super long. He was playing Carballes Baena, and Djokovic played well. It was a very close match for the first two sets, actually. Carballes Baena looked like he was kind of playing out of his socks, and Djokovic was in like second or third gear maybe. And then he just turned the screw up for the third set, and bingo, bango, bongo. I think he lost 3 points in the third set, did Djokovic. So bit of a sweep there. His hamstring, he said, is not fully great, but it is okay. Obviously, he won the match and he was able to play all the way through. So that's got to be a good sign, but we will see how he holds up if he plays a hard, tough match. So let's take a look at the other results from day 2. Sabalenka, my pick for the women's champion, wins 6-1, 6-4. Caroline Garcia, another contender for me, beats a Canadian, Catherine Sebov, who did great to meet or to make it to the main draw qualifying, 6-3, 6-0. Then obviously, as we said, Berrettini versus Murray. Murray pulls it out in a fifth set tiebreaker. Absolutely incredible. Ons Jabeur wins in 3 sets, grinds through. Djokovic wins in 3 sets as well. So yeah, again, not a lot of upsets. I guess the big upset here is Berrettini, the 13th seed in day 2. Mertens beats Muguruza. Pliskova over Wang. Zverev pulls it out, the 12th seed. I was interested to see how Zverev was going to play, having all his time off, and he struggled through Varias, who's a lucky loser, great player from Peru. But Zverev comes through, which is obviously great for him. And I think one match win like that should get him rolling, but he did not seem obviously as good as he was last year or as confident, and that's to be expected, obviously. Bencic wins 6-1, 6-2. Kasparud, a friend of the show, wins in 4 sets. So he's moving through, which is good for him. Rublev beats Thiem, which is a depressing first-round matchup. 2 friends. You hate to see it. You hate to see it, don't you? Just 2 friends battling out in the first round. Thiem needs to get a few round wins at a tournament like this to increase his ranking, and he does not get any help with that, getting Rublev in the first round. Fritz wins in 4 sets over Bezdelishvili. Kudermetova, Demonauer. Poprin wins. I thought he lost. I saw a tweet. I didn't even really watch it, but apparently it was like a horrible level of a match, but he won somehow. And then another big result, Holger Rune, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" over Krajinovic, who's a good player, especially on faster hard courts. So Holger Rune, I think it might be moving silently here as a threat to anyone in the draw. And I think that could be a really tough fourth round match for Djokovic. So that's going to be an interesting moneymaker there for that. I'm interested to see that. Dimitrov 3 in 3 sets. Kontaveit 6-2, 6-3. Samsonova 6-2, 6-4. See what I'm saying? All the seeds winning. Leylah Fernandez beats Alizé Cornet. That was a great match. Canadian there getting through. The core 4 Canadians are all through, which is great to see for us. Tommy Paul, kind of friend of the show, he's through as well in 3 sets. Good for him. So yeah, that is kind of wraps up the notable results of day 2. So now we're into day 3, and I think it's raining in Melbourne, so there might be some more delays today. We're finishing up first round matches, and then we're starting second round matches. So I guess let's go back here, actually, take a look at the schedule, and see what's on the docket for today. Swiatek up first versus Osorio. That's a nice match on Rod Laver Arena. First one up. Osorio is a great player from Colombia. So that should be a nice match. We'll see how Swiatek can handle that. Could be tough. Pegula got Rafa Nadal versus Mackie McDonald. And then we got Raducanu versus Goff. I mean, that's just absolute blockbuster. Like, are there 2 bigger stars in the women's game right now? Especially young stars? No, probably not. Coco Gauff, 7th seed, taking on Emma Raducanu. We will see how that goes down. That's top of my list for watching. If I stay up that late, we'll see. I had to wake up at 4. I know, not all heroes wear capes. Stefanos Tsitsipas plays Rinky Hijikata. Great match there. Zachary in action. Felix Auger-Aliassime, Sinner, Tiafoe, Medvedev, Rybakina, Bianca Andreescu back in action. So yeah, and then a lot of matches, other matches. Shapovalov, first round matches getting finished up as well. So lots on the docket for today. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. If you're just joining us here and you've never subscribed, please consider subscribing. That helps out the show. And yeah, I'll be live tweeting all of my, how do I change my name here? All of my thoughts and opinions at The Slice Steven on Twitter. So if you watch the matches and you got your phone out, which we all do, follow me on Twitter and I throw out my thoughts there. Lots of thoughts coming in to this overactive ADD brain that's been up since 3:45 a.m. this morning. So let's go. Australian Open time, you got to do it. Like I said on a tweet, that got a ton of love and engagement. I said, what did I say? I said, it's Australian Open time. I said, the Australian Open starts tonight in North America. Rip to our sleep schedules. Let's do this. My sleep schedule is officially screwed up. So that's the Australian Open for you. Thanks for being here. That is a day 2 roundup, and we will kind of put some finishing bow on the first round at the end of today. So we'll see you then. Thanks for being here on The Slice. We will send you out with another one of our intros. See you soon back here on the show.